Their fans are ready, and if this shot from earlier is any indication, the Mavericks certainly look ready too. And it's time now to get going with Game 2 of this play-in tournament here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, the guard pair, it's George and Sexton. Lauri Markkanen is out there with John Collins. And it's Clarkson in at the small forward. And for the Mavericks, they've got P.J. Washington. Klay Thompson is out there with Irving. Then there's Caleb Martin. And it's Davis in at the 5 spot. But look at the Mavericks. A do-or-die situation to retain their playoff position.
And Kevin, after battling all season to make that top. Something that in the past assured you of a playoff spot. Now they find themselves in a win-or-go-home game for that 8th seed. And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Now George, outside Markkanen. Martin with the block. Collins, a screen on Irving. It's good from long range.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Irving against George. Out to Thompson. Outside Martin. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Martin's got 5 now.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
By himself, and finished off by Martin.
And what started it all, terrific anticipation on the defensive end.
Well, as a coach, you're always telling your guys to play hard. That's what we need.
Now, here's Markkanen. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
Here's George. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. 5 to shoot. Clarkson for 3. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Dallas has gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. And they double up Davis. Beyond the arc. Washington passes to Martin. Drops in the layup for 2. He's got 9.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Pass to Collins. George sets a screen for Collins. And here's the fast break. And then Washington with the dunk.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. For Utah, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Collins kicks to Sexton. Pass to George. To halt the run. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed his second after making his first.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Washington passes to Irving. To the middle. Stolen by Markkanen. Here's Clarkson, and he dunks it down.
What a slam by the 6'3" Clarkson, showing he's still got some ups.
Thompson against Sexton. Here's Irving. Rebounded by the Jazz. Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time. Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
Now here's Sexton. Hasn't made one yet.
And so far, having trouble converting on the inside.
Here's Washington driving in, and then Washington with the dunk.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Here's Clarkson, the Mavericks making the shot. The shot's good on the assist by George. Clarkson's got 5.
Yeah, not the most accurate three-point shooter, but Clarkson makes enough to keep you honest.
Pass to Martin. And the layup's good off the glass.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Clarkson. Really played well against Houston in his last outing. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Coach Jason Kidd. He talked about the challenges that come with playing against Lauri Markkanen. Coach said you have to know where Lauri is at all times because he's so effective playing off the ball. He's a knockdown shooter and a smart cutter, and he moves extremely well for his size. This team's got a lot of respect for the mobile 7-footer. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David.
Yeah, once Sexton takes that first step on the drive, he's not backing off.
Irving surveying the floor. Thompson outside. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
For the Utah Jazz, they won their last contest, that game against Houston. Pass to Collins. Clarkson against Martin. Here's Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. Releases from 15, and that's good from Sexton on the assist by Markkanen. Sexton's got his second bucket of the night. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Mavericks leading by 5. Outside Martin. And finished off by Martin.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Pass to Collins. Clarkson outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Markkanen. It's rebounded by Dallas. Davis, the pass to Washington. Irving finds Washington. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Sexton against Thompson. Clarkson for three. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game.
You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Sexton for three. Misses his second shot in 4 attempts from the field. Mavericks leading by 7. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one on Collins.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Anthony Davis. Najee Marshall comes in for Caleb Martin. And it's Dante Exum in for Thompson. On the free throw, no good. Jazz trail by 9. And Sexton has it in the corner. Kessler, screen on Irving. Pass to Mikhailuk. Lets it go from deep. Connects from three-point range.
A team player through and through. Get open, and Sexton will send the ball your way.
Washington sets the pick for Irving. Here's the three. The rebound by the Jazz.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room. Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. And so it's Dallas with it. Following the bucket by the Jazz. To the paint. And now Utah, fast break. Here's Sexton. Pass to Mikhailuk. And the basket is good. Now just a 2-point Maverick lead.
I love seeing a player pass up his own shot to create a great look for a teammate.
Washington with the screen on Sexton. A nice shot by Irving.
Almost effortless looking. Kyrie's motion inside is so well practiced.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz. Kessler, a screen on Irving. In the corner, Winslow with it. Offline with his three.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And here's Exum. Scoreless thus far. The putback. Kessler with the rebound. Jazz trail by 4. Inside. Marshall with the steal. Gafford inside. Working on Kessler. The Jazz shooting 42% to begin this game. Winslow. And the dunk by Winslow.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Sexton against Irving. Goes back up. And it's laid up and in by Washington. Washington's got 10 points in the game.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
And Sexton slams it in.
Well, look, if you're guarding Sexton in pick and roll action, you have to stop the ball first.
For the screen on Sexton. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
Derek Lively, he's checked in for P.J. Washington. Now here's Winslow. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Sweet move, and the dunk by Winslow.
Look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Utah shooting their first foul shot of the night. And that one misses. Dallas has gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Pass to Gafford. Now Lively. Good on the three-point shot.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Last game for the Mavericks, it was a loss to the Nuggets. Kessler, screen on Irving. Sexton attacking. And Sexton slams it in.
When Sexton gets a head start, he's so hard to stop.
Lively sends a screen for Irving. There's the drive. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2 for 6 start.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Sexton against Irving. Sexton kicks to Winslow. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Here's Exum. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line is on Colin Sexton.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz. 6-point game. "16 feet away. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer."
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
Caleb Martin has been leading the charge for Dallas. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. Right back after this break. And welcome for the second quarter of this critical play-in game. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Mavericks.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
And they've also refused to give up on their plays tonight, chasing after their shots and just working hard for second chance points.
So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. Davis is out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Exum. Then there's Irving. And it's Martin in at the 3.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Oh, Davis down low.
And just a good job of getting a high percentage look. Davis knows how to put himself in position to attack.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Here's Lively, and finished off by Lively.
Super work on the boards. Boy, they really want to put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of hope.
And the call will be on Keontae George. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And Utah also making a switch. Clarkson's checked in. Now here's Thompson. Nothing on the board. Davis inside. He's guarded by Markkanen. Lively's shot is off. Jazz trail by 8. Here's Clarkson. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Jordan Clarkson can be so crafty, able to navigate the foul and get his shot to go.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Clarkson, no good on the free throw.
Well, what you love about Jordan Clarkson, it doesn't matter if he's starting or coming off the bench, he provides a real scoring punch.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
I mean, the defense basically gave that one to him.
Clarkson goes in.
Using that speed of his on the drive, Clarkson just so elusive when he puts it on the floor.
Pass to Lively. Thompson with it. Three-pointer. And it's John Collins with the rebound.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
George dishes to Collins. A shot's good on the assist by George. And now just a 4-point Dallas lead. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Outside, Davis. Back to Irving. For the three. Hits it from three-point range. Irving's got 7.
Some of the fastest hands in the league right now. Kyrie knowing he has to get rid of it.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
Markkanen finds Winslow. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Clarkson. George with no one around. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got his second bucket.
A jumper with a nice high release. George was ready to attack the second he got the ball.
Irving with it. George picks him up. Lively a screen on George. Irving passes to Lively. And finished off by Lively.
Given his shooting ability, Irving presents a ton of problems in the pick and roll.
Irving against George. Collins a screen on Irving. Markkanen in the corner. The three. And the Jazz another three.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Irving passes to Lively. Pass to Clarkson. And here's Collins. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Davis has the open look. Offline with his three. Jazz trail by 3. Collins passes to Clarkson. With the drive. Got a piece of it. Here's Martin. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Keontae George picks one up.
The high basketball IQ of Klay Thompson finding a better look there.
Boy, Stan, think of it. How many teams could use the defensive versatility that Caleb Martin brings to a team into the floor?
Yeah, look, Kevin, he's capable of guarding 4 positions on the floor, plays a lot bigger than his size would indicate, and gives his team a lot of flexibility with rotations.
He brings such great energy, doesn't he, stand off the bench? I know he has started, but his bench play can really affect the game.
Yeah, and that's a great thing, too. He can start, come off the bench. This guy will give you whatever you need.
We'll see. Now, here is George. 6 points for him. And George with the stuff.
Well, that's what you want from George. He's most effective when he's attacking the rim.
Mavericks leading by 4. Irving up top, defended by George. Dallas, no good that time either. For Utah, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. There's Winslow. No good on the triple. Dallas has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. It's good.
A silky smooth jump shooter. Once Thompson senses separation, he's rising without hesitation.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Clarkson. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 6. Releases. The Mavericks pull it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backdoor.
And it goes down 2 points. Davis has got 4 points this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
George against Irving. Shoots it up. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. On the wing, Irving. Markkanen with the block.
Well, there's Markkanen putting his 7-foot frame to use with the block.
And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for Dallas. Marshall comes in for Caleb Martin. Five on the clock. Irving with it. George picks him up. No good from Irving.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Kessler.
Well, what I love about Walker Kessler, he's a 7-footer who plays like a 7-footer.
Irving against George. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2. First trip to the line for him here. And he knocks down the first one.
And Irving is one of the most gifted players we've ever seen. I mean, who still continues to play at a high level.
And so he makes both from the line.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
And George kicks to Markkanen. Pass to Sexton. Here's Kessler. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And how do you stop Kessler at his size? He's a load.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And the Mavericks making a change here. Exum's checked in. And Kessler, no good on that one. After bursting onto the scene as a rookie, Coach Van Gundy, expectations certainly increased for Walker Kessler.
Yeah, and Kevin, I think he's handled those expectations well. He knows who he is. He's first and foremost a defensive rim protector and a rebounder. He's a rim runner on offense. He's a pick and roll guy, and he knows that he's got to continue to grow in the other areas.
Here's Exum after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. For his screen on George. Drives to the hoop and finished off by Exum.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And the Jazz making a change here. Mikhailuk is checked in. That's good from Exum.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Outside, Sexton. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 7 rebounds in the game. Over Hendricks. It's blocked. Markkanen passes to Hendricks. Back to Markkanen. Pass to Kessler. Here's Hendricks. Pocket 6.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
Dallas leading by 10. Now here's Exum. He's got 6. And finished off by Exum.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. Pass to Kessler. Here's Hendricks. Outside, Sexton. Nice ball movement by Utah. Now Kessler. Here's Markkanen. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Here's Exum. Here's Thompson. And it's sent back by Kessler.
And look, Kessler just has a nose for the ball. He is a certified shot blocker.
Pass to Mikhailuk. And the serious dunk to finish it off.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
My goodness, can he elevate? That was absolutely one of the best of them.
Greg, it's what makes him one of the premier entertainers in the entire NBA.
Exactly.
Mikhailuk can't get it to go.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
And stolen by Sexton. Here's Hendricks. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Here's Thompson. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Here's Mikhailuk. He's defended by Exum. Markkanen dishes to Sexton. And stolen by Thompson. Clay caps off the break well.
And out in the open court, Clay completes the break. Fearless finisher.
Sexton against Thompson. Kessler screen on Thompson. And it's Sexton penetrating. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. There's a screen by Washington. Driving the lane and finished off by Exum. So it's the Jazz now. 9-point game. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Sexton the pass to Markkanen. A three-pointer off the mark. Dallas has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Back to Washington. Pass to Lively. Launches a 3. And that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And so it's Dallas in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Some great postseason action in the first half of play. A healthy lead has been built for the Dallas Mavericks.
One big reason they're up, they're controlling the glass, both boxing out and crashing in.
Yeah, you could tell rebounding was a point of emphasis for them coming into this game.
Looking at the series breakdown for the Mavericks, they've got a good chance of landing that 8th seed position and avoiding seeing their season come to an end.
Those high stakes should keep them from sweating. There's nothing more dangerous than a team with their season on the line.
Yeah, momentum can shift. Anything could happen. They gotta finish strong.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And welcome to the second half of this high-stakes play-in clash. Jazz trail by 9, so on the floor for Utah. The guard pair, it's George and Sexton. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Lauri Markkanen, and it's Collins in at the 5, down low. Sexton with the screen for Clarkson. And that one is hammered home.
And sometimes we forget about Clarkson's vertical. He's more than happy to remind us on those throwdowns.
Davis with a screen on George to the inside. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Great find, leading his teammate right to the bucket.
And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 9 points. Here's Collins out of the rafters. He punched it in.
Are you kidding me? He can slam it with the best of them. Collins with an all-star weekend-worthy dunk there.
A beautiful reverse layup. Irving's got 11 points.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And it's George finishing it off.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
You know, talking to Keontae George, he credits film watching for much of his success. I like that kind of element he brought up.
Yeah, they say he also spends a lot of time talking to veterans on the team, seeks advice from them and coaches. He's a real student of the game, and that has helped speed up the process for him.
Boy, a guy like that, coach, has got to be fun to coach.
Yeah, those are the guys you're looking for.
Name a type of shot. Keontae George can hit it, more than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
Martin, the pass to Davis. 6 on the shot clock. From the line, Sexton grabs the board. Jazz trail by 6. It's Collins with the drive. Can't cash in from close range.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of the half.
And it's Irving missing. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
Yeah, George has been just merciless on offense. He's not holding back at all.
Outside, Martin. On the wing, Thompson. Pass to Washington. Now here is Martin. He's covered by Clarkson. Irving for 3. They get the rebound. Takes the 3, and it's sent back by George.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Washington against Clarkson. Mavericks with the rebound. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Washington with it. He's picked up by Collins. Washington, that's good.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And George kicks to Collins. Pass to Sexton. Clarkson outside. Over Martin. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Markkanen against Irving. Washington sets the pick for Irving. Good on the triple. And now a 9-point Maverick lead.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
Here's Sexton, and Sexton slams it in.
Yeah, give it to Sexton. He can get up and finish.
Pass to Washington. Irving against George. Outside, Davis. Rebound, Utah. Collins has got 5 rebounds tonight. In the corner, George with it. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Jazz trail by 7. Sexton kicks to Markkanen. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 6 assists now in the game. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Dallas. And Utah with a change here, too. Winslow's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Dallas leading by 5. Irving passes to Gafford. Davis in the corner. Pass to Irving. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Just 5 to shoot. Thompson. Martin from outside. Rebounded by the Jazz. Collins has got 6 rebounds now in the game. It's stolen by Davis. One-on-one fast break. Here's Irving. And he banks in the layup. Irving's got 7 points for the quarter. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
And finished off by Martin.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Here's Clarkson. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That one on Davis.
Oh, incredible effort from Clarkson on that play. Willing to give everything to make it an N1 opportunity.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Derek Lively comes in for Davis, and it's Exum in for Thompson. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Free throw good. Clarkson. Mavericks leading by 6. Outside Irving. For the screen on George. Here's Irving. Lays it up off the glass. Irving's got 9 points here in the second half.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Kessler passes to Sexton, and they get it back. Pass to George. Another shot, and Lively pulls it down. Lively's got his 6th rebound on the night. Irving against George. Lively sets a screen for Irving, and stolen by Sexton. And now Utah, fast break, and George with the stuff.
And I just love Sexton in terms of his length on defense. Good at taking chances and just poking the ball away.
Irving against George. From downtown, Irving, good. Irving's got 12 points now in the quarter.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Pass to Winslow. Down low, got a piece of it. Gafford with the steal. Martin wide open, he fires. No good with the triple. Jazz trail by 9. Clarkson on the wing, covered by Martin. Outside for George. Off target with his 3.
Well, he had 6 points from beyond the arc in the first half, but yet to get it going here in the second.
Pass to Martin. Here's Lively. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Now here's Winslow. And here's Sexton. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Well, there's the sleight of hand by Sexton, launching quickly.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Dallas making a switch here. Marshall's checked in. Then for the Jazz, Hendricks is checked in. And Mikhailuk's subbed in for Keontae George. Dallas leading by 7. Here's Marshall, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Gafford, and Gafford throws it down.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Sexton against Irving. And it's Sexton slamming it down.
Yeah, don't let his 6'3" height fool you. Sexton loves rising up and dropping the hammer.
Irving dishes to exit. Kessler against Lively. And a wide open look for Irving. Off target from 3-point range. Jazz trail by 7. The open look here for Sexton. Kessler rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here he goes. Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster swing.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Sexton against Irving. Sexton the pass to Kessler. And the call will be against Derek Lively. That is his first foul of the game. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for the Jazz. So it's Utah now. 9-point game. Lets it go with a 3. Mikhailuk can't get it to go.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Marshall can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. And what I love about Markkanen, he takes care of the basketball, and that's a result of being patient, playing smart, and just generally getting his points within the flow of the offense.
Lively a screen on Sexton. Here's Irving. Markkanen with the block.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Gafford sets the pick for Marshall. Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Sexton with it. He's picked up by Irving. Outside, Markkanen. From the arc. Rebounded by Gafford.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Lively, that's good.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Kessler, screen on Irving. Sexton's shot is good.
And a quiet first half from distance. Didn't even try a three, but now he's 1 for 2 from deep in the second half.
Outside Irving. Driving to the basket. And that one is good. Irving's got 23.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Irving against Sexton. Inside, here's Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Great roll by Kessler after setting the screen. That's textbook.
Sexton against Irving. Lively a screen on Sexton. Irving for three. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Dallas. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. We'll return shortly. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And thanks for joining us for this fourth quarter of this play-in game. We've got Derek Lively. Kyrie Irving is out there with Thompson. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Marshall in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Jazz trail by 8. Outside, George. Pass to Kessler. Here's Hendricks. Here's Collins. Shot clock at 5. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. John Collins was a force in his first few years, Stan, but hasn't seemed to match that level of success since that time. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think there's a few reasons, Kevin. Number one, I just think it's a lot about opportunity, and he went from being the number 2 guy on a team to being the 3rd, 4th, even at times 5th guy on the floor, so he's not getting as much opportunity. He doesn't have as much opportunity to play some of his minutes as a center now, and that was always where he could get a quickness advantage. So even where he is now, though, this guy is a very good player and has gotten to the point he's underrated.
Caleb Martin's checked in for Derek Lively, and that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Pass to Marshall. Outside, Martin. And he drives in and finished off by Martin.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
At the crossover, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, there's some urgency to get to the basket off the drive by George.
Pass to Marshall. To the paint. Stolen by Kessler. And here's the fast break. Open shot, George. And again, it's Utah.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Here's Martin. Rebounded by Clarkson.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Well, Clarkson doesn't do huge assist numbers, but he won't waste a wide-open opportunity.
Pass to Marshall. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Irving against George. Puts it up. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. For Utah, they've gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. It's Collins with the drive, and then Collins slams it in.
One of the most explosive young bigs we have. Collins quick off the floor and gets creative at the rim.
Thompson right side. Marshall sets a screen for Thompson, and the shot goes in. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Martin kicks to Irving. Outside, Davis. Thompson outside. Pass to Irving. Here's Marshall. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Marshall. And Utah also making a switch. Sexton's checked in. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, listen in with Will Hardy and his team. He begged them, don't give up. He told his guys one possession at a time. Let's go out there and do what we talked about. That's how we get back into this one. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Thompson. Thompson explodes through the defense.
Yeah, Thompson can be fast and nimble on the drive, catching him unprepared.
Markkanen, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. That free throw good from Thompson.
Well, Thompson is known for that shooting ability, but deserves more recognition for his defense. He's got the size, the lateral quickness, and most importantly, the desire defensively.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
George with the steal. And the Jazz pushing it up now. The floater. Second shot opportunity. And the layup good by Collins.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
Irving drives in. Count it. Irving's got 25 points in the game.
And you got to love when Irving attacks the defense, knows how to get it done on the drive.
Here's Clarkson. It's rebounded by Dallas. Washington's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Over George. Sexton grabs the board.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
George finds Collins. Can't hit from in close.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And he'll get ahead of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way.
George looking over the floor. Pass to Clarkson. 6 to shoot. And here is Markkanen. Nails the baby hook. 17 points for Lauri Markkanen.
Nice pass. What a heady play by Clarkson.
And finished off by Martin.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
George up top. Covered by Irving. And George with the stuff.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
And with that length and great burst to throw it down, defenders have to be cautious of Thompson attacking the rim.
And George with the stuff.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Here's Irving. It's Martin on the wing. And it's hauled in by Lauri Markkanen. Markkanen's got his 6th rebound on the night. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Yeah, he's not just a perimeter shooter. Markkanen will take it right at you.
George against Irving. Pass to Thompson. Washington with it. Thompson surveying the floor. Here's Irving. And it's Utah with the rebound. Collins has got 8 rebounds in this game. George with the ball. Outside, Markkanen. Back to George. Outside, Sexton. The shot's good on the assist by George. Sexton's got the lead up to 2 now for the Jazz.
Yeah, and after not making any triples in the first half, that's his 2nd since the break.
Here's Martin. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Is on Colin Sexton.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for Dallas. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 1. Markkanen from outside. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 4 rebounds in this game. He takes it in. Gafford softly drops in the floater.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Jazz trail by 3. George passes to Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
Well, Markkanen is just such an effective scorer. He makes the most of his opportunities.
Now Irving. Pass to Davis. Back to Irving. Martin with it. He's covered by Clarkson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gafford misses. Utah has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Sexton for three. Drills it from outside. Sexton's got 6 points in the quarter.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot. But when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding it.
Davis kicks to Thompson. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
George against Irving. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my. Big time from Collins right there.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Davis dishes to Irving. Takes it inside. Rebound, Utah. Markkanen finds Collins. Thompson with the rebound.
And priority number one has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff. Stepping up, Davis is a fantastic option late. You know with that height and skill set, he's going to get a good look.
On the wing, Markkanen. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. To the middle, here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
And pressure doesn't get to Collins. Baskets like that prove how locked in he is.
George against Irving. On the 3 off target.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. You have to be set up for success.
The drive by Clarkson. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's a 3-point Jazz lead. Irving against George. Davis with a screen on George. Irving misses.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Clarkson. And Irving pulls it down. Puts it up for Davis. Money!
Go get it, big fella. A basket they needed desperately, and Davis delivers in the clutch.
And so Clarkson will bring it up for the Jazz. Outside, Sexton. A three-pointer, no good.
Well, defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And so they foul intentionally. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth. And now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Up top, covered by Martin. Outside for George. Collins setting the pick for George. Sexton for three. Misses the tray. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. A deep three from Irving. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We're back after this from American Airlines Center. And let's get this overtime session of what has been a competitive play-in game underway.
Here we go.
We've got Irving. Anthony Davis is out there with P.J. Washington. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Martin in at the 3 slot. Pass to Markkanen in the corner. George with it. Shot clock at 5. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Clarkson for 3. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Thompson against Sexton. George, that's a 2-pointer. Here's Clarkson. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Oh, the handles from Jordan Clarkson.
Find the lane. West side.
Here's Irving. Pass to Davis. To the inside. The shot by Thompson, no good. Jazz leading by 3. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Knocks down the 3 ball. Clarkson's got 23.
Good execution there. Clarkson smooth off the catch.
And here is Washington. Thompson the bounce pass. 3-pointer. Martin good on the 3-point shot. And he has 28 points for the game.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Davis, the pass to Washington. And then Washington with the dunk.
And for his position, Davis, a solid distributor. He's one of the league's most unique players.
Markkanen finds George. Clarkson against Davis. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Moving against George. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Puts the move on. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, what I like about Collins is that he doesn't play outside of himself, and that's why he shoots high percentages.
And that one falls for Collins. So he gets them both. Here's Irving. Just under 2.5 minutes passed here in this overtime. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. We're in overtime. If you just joined us, 2.5 minutes through it. Davis. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Collins, a screen on Irving, to the paint. And finished off by Collins.
Collins so active around the rim.
Mavericks trailed by 5. We're now about 3 minutes into this overtime period. And the corner, it's Martin. Misses the 3. And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for Utah. And they double up Markkanen. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Clarkson. Oh, and it's sent back by Washington. Now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. And finished off by Martin.
Love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Yeah, beating everyone up the floor. And finishes off the break.
Clarkson surveying the floor. No good. The Mavericks have gone 4 for 7 on their shot attempts in the extra period up to this point. Martin gets to Washington. Martin, the pass to Washington. Clock at 6. Here's Irving. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
So hard to contain. Irving enjoys putting the D on their heels and drawing fouls.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 2 here. Both shots good from the strike.
Yeah, he's a guy you want at the line, and clearly not affected by the moment.
Martin against Clarkson. Another miss by Utah. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable. And they are amped up right now. I mean, after trailing for so long and then trimming that margin, finally they take the lead. Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Sexton dishes to Clarkson. Left side, George. Connects from downtown.
Well, check out George showing up in the big moment, showing how ready he is to be that guy.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
And here are the Mavericks now. Here's Irving. Count it, and the foul is on Colin Sexton.
And make no mistake, Irving wants the ball in his hands in these moments. His confidence is off the chart. That's just clutch work, really. That's all you can say. A little bit of D now, and they'll be out of here with the win.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
Clarkson against Martin. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That one on Davis.
Yeah, big plays can come from anywhere. Clarkson steps up when they need it most.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Not only ties it up with the hoop, but puts them in front now with the free throw. That could be the play of the game if they come out on top.
Irving against George. Wide open. Missed.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Yeah, he's been a beast on the glass. A monster night for him.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 3-point game.
That was a giant trip to the line.
And there it is. The Utah Jazz come away with a huge win. And remarkable, really, when you think of what they were facing just to get here. Coming in as the 10th seed and winning both play-in tournament games.
Well, they earned that spot in the postseason. Not many people thought they